Let's talk about guitars. First time you go to a guitar store, you're going to see a lot of different kinds of guitars. It's hard to know what you might want to use. This guitar that I'm holding here is an acoustic guitar. Acoustic guitars make their sound all acoustically, meaning there's no electronics and you don't plug them in. So if I play this, all the sound comes from the body here, this resonating chamber, and from what I do here. This guitar is also an acoustic guitar. It's a little smaller, and it still makes a big sound. Now, this has the advantage of being an acoustic guitar, making the sound from the body, but it also has a pickup right underneath the bridge here. And that bridge is like a microphone that picks up the sound of this chamber. And that's why they call this an acoustic electric, meaning you plug it in and then you can send it through an amplifier. Makes it really easy for like a live performance or in a place where you just aren't quite loud enough. There is another acoustic guitar I'd like to talk about, but I don't have one to show you. I can show you with this picture. This is a 3/4 size acoustic guitar, and this is 3/4 the size of a guitar for kids and younger people. This, of course, is an electric guitar. Electric guitars have to be plugged in. The sound comes through this pickup here, and it reacts magnetically with the strings. And you have to plug it into an amplifier or this is the sound. And that's not quite loud enough to make it work. But if you turn it up, then you get you get all kinds of nice sounds with that. But it is an extra expense because you have to buy an amplifier or you have to have something to plug it into. Last guitar I'd like to show you is called a hybrid guitar. And this guitar has acoustic chamber here to form some resonance, and then it has an acoustic pickup here. So when you play it, you do get some sound just from the guitar resonating, but when you use the pickup, you get a real nice acoustic-y sound. But you also have this pickup here, which is an electric style pickup. It's magnetic and it picks up the nickel wound strings. And if I use just it, it's called a lipstick pickup. If I use just it, I get... And the cool part is, I can mix those together and get really nice sounds. If you want to buy an electric guitar but you're not sure about buying an amplifier, I'd recommend one of these little micro amps because they're a really good way to start. This is made by Blackstar and it's the Fly, and it's not necessarily real loud, but it has some really nice features. You've got a gain, a volume, EQ, delay. You plug in your guitar and get a lot of different sounds with that combination. Plus you can put in another, like you plug your phone in here and play along with some tracks. And the really good part that parents usually like is it has a headphone out. So all the practicing you do doesn't have to be heard by anyone but you. Let's talk about the parts to a guitar. You have the head, you have the neck, and you have the body. On the head, you have tuning pegs, which are used to tune the strings. Then you have the neck, and on the neck you have the fingerboard, which is the brown part. And in the fingerboard are the frets, which make it so that you get the different notes. And right here is called the nut. And the nut is the end of it, and it makes it so that the pitches all are correct. Of course, you have the strings on the neck also. And the strings come clear down here to the body, where they are over the sound hole. The sound hole is just a place to let the sound out of the resonator. And then, of course, you have the pick guard. And the pick guard is there so that when you're strumming, you don't scratch the guitar. This is the bridge. The bridge is made up of a couple of things. It's got the end pins to hold the strings in place, as well as the saddle. Any guitar has those same basic parts. We should probably discuss how you should hold a guitar. You've seen me holding this, and this is my left hand. My left hand goes over here on the neck. The little rounded part here sits right on my leg, and then I drape this arm over top. Now, the idea is to hold the guitar with your body so that you're not holding it with your hands, because your hands need to play. And if you're holding it, it kind of gets in the way of that. A lot of times I'll use a strap just to hold it in place, and then you're ready to stand up and play, and that's handy too. Let's talk about how we identify things on the guitar. This string right here that's closest to my chin is string number 6. The one down below that is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The highest string being string number 1, the lowest string being string number 6. Now with my fingers, this isn't a finger in a guitar, this is a thumb. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I want to talk about using a guitar pick. You want to hold it between your thumb and your first finger, use the pointy part out, and then you just let it glide over the strings. And you can do tons of things with a pick that you can't always do with your fingers. If you're using your thumb, you get a sound like that. And you get some really nice sounds that way. But if you use a pick, you just get an edge and a bite, and it's one of those things that's worth learning to use. If you're going to play the guitar, you're going to have to know how to tune it. Tuning is part of playing the instrument, and you don't just take it to the store to have it tuned, because weather affects the guitar so much that the string stretch, the wood moves, you have to tune it every time you want to play it. And I'm going to show you the way that I prefer to tune it, and that is with an electronic tuner. I have this little clip-on tuner right here, right on the head of the guitar, and we're just going to take a look at how that works. You also need to know these are the tuning pegs. You tighten them to go higher, you loosen them to go lower. You'll need to follow the string up to which tuning peg it is, or else you'll never figure out which one it is. We're going to tune our guitar with an electronic tuner. I have the electronic tuner attached right here. First thing I'm going to do is hit the bottom string, the E string. It says it's an E, but notice those little yellow dots don't come up to the center. So if I tighten it, it comes up to the center, it turns blue. It might turn red. Red means you've gone too far on this tuner. Red means that it's a little sharp, so I have to loosen it then. Right there it's at an E. Then I'm going to go to the A. The A says it needs to be tightened, so I'll tighten the string. Right there's the A. Sometimes you get one little flash up beyond on this one. Then I go to the D. Let's take the D clear up. And that's what happens when you go too far and you get your D there, so you have to loosen the string to get it in tune. And you tighten it up. Right there is the D in tune. Next string is the G. On the G, you have to move to the other side of the guitar head. Your tuning pegs are down here now. And the G is a little bit on the tight side, so we have to loosen it just a little bit until it goes right to the middle. And then that says it's an A sharp, but this note's supposed to be B, so we have to tighten it until it says B on the tuner, and then we bring it up. If we go too far, we have to loosen it, and right there's the E. And the E we just tighten up, and now we have all 6 strings in tune. Now that our guitar's in tune, let's just strum. Let's just go down, 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 down. That's with our thumb. If I use the pick, it sounds like this. We're just going to strum down, just down. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get the feel of that. Let your arm go up and down. Figure out where all of that goes. Now the next part we need to learn is how to read a chord chart. To read a chord chart, like this one that's right up here, the chord chart is what the neck of the guitar would look like if you laid it on top of the guitar. On the chord chart, you see the nut, you see it on the guitar, and then you see it on the chart. You see the frets on the guitar, and then on the chart. You see the strings on the guitar, on the chart. And the last one is fingers on the chart. Now you know how to read a chord chart. In the picture that we have here, you would put your finger right here. Okay, in the 1, 2, 3, 3rd fret, on the first string, the highest one, the one furthest from my chin, and now we have what's called an easy G chord. Now right here they've got little marks that say don't play those strings. Now we have a chord. So let's play 4 of those chords. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just down, down, down. When it's a quarter note, we always just play a down strum. Guitar music is written on the treble clef staff. The notes displayed actually sound 1 octave lower than they are written. The 4 quarter notes we strum with the easy G chord would be notated like this. If you place a chord chart above the staff and reduce the number of lines on the staff to 1, you'll see rhythmic notation. Because there's 1 staff line, specific notes are not given. The chord chart above the line gives you the notes. This type of notation allows for specific rhythms and standard counting systems and is much quicker to read. This is a chart showing note values in 4/4 time. A whole note gets 4 counts, a whole rest gets 4 counts. A half note gets 2 counts, a half rest gets 2 counts. A quarter note gets 1 count, and a quarter rest gets 1 count. Now we should be able to read the rhythms in this first set of music. The first one we have to play is 4 quarter notes, and we go 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next measure shows 2 quarter notes and a half rest. On a rest, you just don't play, and it goes 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice on the 3, 4, we didn't play. First piece of music we have here is just an exercise on the G chord. Start with your G chord by putting your finger on the 3rd fret. You read the chord chart, and we're going to play what's written there. So if you played it, it would sound like this. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now sometimes it's nice to play with an accompaniment so that we make sure we stay nice and steady. So let's try one of those. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can count the rest either by going 3, 4, or just rest, rest. Now this next one has 3 quarter notes and then a quarter rest. So we're going to play for 3 counts and then rest for 1 count. So it's going to sound like 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, rest, 1, 2, 3, rest, 1, 2, 3, rest, 1, 2, 3, rest. Okay, now don't forget we're playing a G chord, so we have to put our 3rd finger in the 3rd fret and play the top 4 strings. Highest 4 strings. All right, let's try that one with the accompaniment. 1, 2, ready, play. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If that went well, go on to the next one. If it didn't, rewind and try again. All right, and here's another interesting pattern. This one has 2 quarter notes followed by a half rest. So we're going to count 1, 2, and then rest for 2 counts. So it would sound like this. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, rest, rest. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it with the accompaniment. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, our next exercise has 2 quarter notes, a quarter rest, and then another quarter note. So it's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now notice, with my right hand, I'm going like this to stop the sound. Otherwise, it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you just put a little bit of a stop there, you make the articulation of the song a little better. So 1, 2, 3. On beat 3, we're going to want to do with the palm of the hand, just set it right on the strings. And if it doesn't work out perfect for you, that's fine. We're making sure we get the counting going, and we're making sure we get the chord going. So a reminder, we're playing a G chord. We're putting our third finger in the third fret on the first string. Let's play the whole thing. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's play it with the accompaniment. Make sure we're staying steady. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's always good to practice with something that keeps the time exact, so you have to stay exactly with it. You can't play in a band, you can't play with other people unless you can stay steady. So always worry about staying steady. Later on, when we start changing chords, it gets even more difficult. So if you can get the steadiness happening now, you're that much ahead. Oh, let's look at this one. Look, it goes quarter note, quarter rest, quarter note, quarter rest. So it would sound like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Let's practice that one a little bit with the accompaniment. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If that went well for you, go on. If it didn't, practice it until it does. Our next pattern has quarter note, quarter rest, quarter note, quarter note. So it would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we repeat that. So let's play the whole line. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it with the accompaniment. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Not hard, just a little different pattern. Here's another pattern where we have a lot of rests and a lot of quarter notes. This one goes quarter note, quarter rest, quarter rest, quarter note. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then it would repeat. So let's play the whole line. 1, 2, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's try it with the accompaniment. 1, 2, ready, play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to try a whole song. You sing where it has words for you, and then you play the guitar line like we've been doing. Now notice most of what you see here is all quarter notes, but I'm going to warn you there's one little surprise rest up at the end, so make sure you're ready for it. 1, 2, ready, play. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping? Did you catch the rest? Make sure you don't play through that rest. This song is called Hot Cross Buns. All you have to do is read the music, play the G chord, and sing along. 1, 2, ready, play. Hot cross buns, hot cross buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny, hot cross buns. That's going to do it for this lesson. Make sure you practice a lot, because the more you practice, the better you get. The better you get, the more fun it is.